Alright, so today we have tips for Blokees 2007 Optimus. And really, I don't have any tips except for one. Since this is a Build-A-Figure, you can really do whatever you want. Such as, if you take off everything, you can have a proto form of Optimus. I have a picture of it somewhere, but I can't find it. So, take this blue part off. I'm going to take this red part off. Okay, so after that's off, I'm just connecting it down to his back. Boom. That's the way the store is done. It's not too out. If you curve it a little to the left, it looks a lot better. And he's got it on his back. Oh yeah. Alright guys, today we have tips for Studio Series Transformers 1 Orion Packs, aka Optimus Prime. I've got two tips for you. First one is that he doesn't come with any guns. So, you guys probably already knew this, but these can actually detach. These become his guns. So, I like using these a lot. They work really well. They can also use this boomsticks for Dark to the Moon Q. Anyways, second tip. This back part, really big, right? All you want to do, just pull it out. Comes off real easily. It won't break because that's a pin. Now, I mean, this is probably the definitive version of Studio Series Optimus. Alright, today I have tips for MPM Bumblebee. And fortunately, I only have one tip because I've not gotten to study this figure a lot. So, if I find anything else in the future, I'll show you guys. But it is for keeping his mask on. As we all know, when we keep this falls off. So, I like to put a piece of sticky tack right there. So, it now stays on. And it makes it a lot easier for the mask to stay on. And it can just stay there, it won't fall off when you put it back. And then that also solidifies right there, so it doesn't fall back when you have him in his normal mode. Guys, today we have tips for moving Masterpiece Ratchet. And I only have one tip, because yet again, I've not gotten to study this figure. So, this is how to remove all this back cover. So, I'm going to pull this out, all of this, pull out the doors, this top section, I'm just going to move these past the lights. Just like that. Have it looking like that. We're going to want to push this down, all the way down into here. Push it all the way down. The red part should be facing here, and this part should be sticking out. And this should be around right there. That's done. You can push the tires back into place. And adjust these. It's a lot better. Way better. Guys, today we have tips for moving Masterpiece Jazz. And I'm sorry for not uploading yesterday. I didn't have the time to. But small tip today, it is how to get rid of this kibble. So all you want to do is get a screwdriver, remove the screw. Pretty easy, and that just pops right off. Now there's my screw. Not really, doesn't do the best, but still makes it a little bit cleaner. But if anybody has a way to remove this part altogether, that'll make the arms look a lot better. Just look at that before and after. I know you can remove the pin, but I'm scared to do that. I really don't want to do that. So I guess there really is no way. But if you guys have any tips for this, that'd be great. Alright guys, today we have tips for Studio Series 32 Optimus. First tip, these are always flimsy. That is actually a tab right there. That can lock in. That should keep them nice and secure. Second tip is that Gundam hands actually work on Optimus. So, like, just twist this hand off, grab a hand from a Gundam figure, just slide that in, and it actually stays on. If you move it and stuff, it works just fine. That gives Optimus a much more realistic hand compared to this. I think this looks so much better. It just looks a lot more hand, you know. I'll post a way to make his accurate death in Revenge of the Fallen. Alright, today we have part 2. Tips for Studio Series Optimus Prime. I only have one tip, and that is how to recreate his death from Revenge of the Fallen. So, flip out his windows. You're going to want to pull this up, pull out the front, pull all of this. When you do this correctly, you should, well, when you pull all of that out, pull his head off, you should now have a hole all the way through. So after some proper positioning, when you grab Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, you should be able to stab all the way through. My setup isn't perfect, but give me a minute. There we go. That looks a lot better. Alright guys, today we have the first part of tips for Devil Savior Devastator. So we will start with this guy, and I've got 2 tips for him. So, in the movie, obviously, he has a chain on his hand. So, if we grab the chain from one of these back pieces off of this, you can actually take this off the mushroom head, which just slides off. See, right there. Alright, so once you got that off, you can connect it to the end of this chain just by sliding that in. And connect this side back onto here. There we go. Boom. Sorry. I don't know why this part keeps falling. Now, you have this chain on, just like in the movie. Alright guys, we have the final part of tips for Studio Series, Masterpiece, all of that. I'm going to show you how to give him proper legs. So, personally, I don't like this mode. It looks weird. So, if I'm going to pull this out, pull this assembly all the way up like it's usually supposed to be, and close that back up, bend this down until it's in the proper position like this. Now, we're going to take this middle leg, you can really put it anywhere you want. I like putting it, pulling this out, putting it right here, and then just tunnel back in. So now, you've given him proper body with legs that articulate perfectly fine, and he can stand.